We didn't get to hear from Dinesh D'Souza. I didn't call him that. That's Diamond and Silk. Denise, another backstabber. U.S. attorney appointed by Trump covers for the Bidens. Obviously, the biggest problem they have right now, with friends like these, right, Denise?
In the Hunter Biden story.
Hold on.
There's a new development in the Hunter Biden story.
Story. We hear that word a lot, don't we? Story. Not, there's a new development in the Hunter Biden, with the Hunter Biden laptop. There's a new development with the legal fight about the efficacy or the legitimacy of the Hunter Biden laptop. No, the story. There's a new development in the story.
Which is that it now comes out, it's only now.
It now comes out that when you're filming your podcast at home on an obvious set, one of the things you can do is actually shoot landscape.
Now coming out that the prosecutor who is looking into whether or not Hunter Biden has tax violations, all that money that he got from foreign entities, did he pay taxes on it? And number two...
What's the development? Okay, that's a development. You're just bringing that up. That's not really a development. You're just asking the question. All he's doing is asking questions. Guys, this is not allegations. He's asking questions. Who doesn't have questions?
Did Hunter Biden violate any of our laws that deal with foreign entanglements?
Yeah, entanglements. Yeah. So by the way, an entanglement is it's a type of a bird. All right.
So all of this is under investigation.
Mm-hmm.
It's being investigated by
investigators?
A
investigator?
Delaware U.S. attorney named David Weiss.
Uh-oh. We're naming ew. Bad choice on frame freeze. Denise, I'm guessing you're saying his name because you don't like him.
And David Weiss was ready to issue not just subpoenas, but search warrants on Hunter Biden to get all the information pertinent to his inquiry. But then he realized that it was right before the 2020 election.
I see. All right. So he might have gone, maybe I'm being drug around by my nose with this fake laptop bullshit. And this kind of tax stuff is usually handled civilly, and therefore we can probably wait until after the election because it really doesn't have anything to do with his dad, and there's no allegations in this of any wrongdoing by his father. So let's put a pause.
So what did he do?
Mm-hmm.
He decided to be completely quiet about it.
To wait until it can be dealt in a way that doesn't affect the election because it had nothing to do with it?
Until the election had passed.
Mm-hmm. Damn it! Why couldn't he jump on the fake info that you guys were dropping everywhere and tie it to Biden and kind of give Trump another Comey moment, which was crucial to his win in 2016? Is everything a reboot?
Now, right away,
I'm upset.
We see here how a top official, a deep state...
Giuliani does not have the laptop. There is no laptop. Giuliani has multiple hard drives. There is no laptop.
Guy who is charged with doing a job, which is pursuing the trail of investigation, is nevertheless calibrating this job to the political exigencies of the moment. In other words, he's trying to help Biden, and he's
trying not to interfere in the election just in case he's being baited with bullshit.
Trying to avoid helping Trump.
No, because he could have carried on the investigation, and indeed, in many ways did. He just didn't announce it, which is what Trump was trying to get the president of Ukraine to do, for example. And they wouldn't do it. And then you guys tried it with this Delaware dude. And when I think it was Rudy dropped off a copy of the hard drive, remember when Rudy was printing child porn?
So you might think that this...
Thanks, 500 loops, and for being a sparkler. Yay!
This guy is a big left-winger in Delaware.
No, I would not think that. I would think he's probably... I'm going to go with, judging from the title, another backstabber, U.S. attorney appointed by Trump covers for the Bidens. I'm going to go with in spite of what he wanted to do, he had to follow the law.
And it turns out that he's a Republican. He's
Et tu Trumplicans.
a kind of moderate Republican, but he was
Rhino.
appointed to his job by none other than Donald Trump. Wow.
Wow. Ouch. It's got hurt. I guess he doesn't hire the best people.
Now, he was appointed by Trump apparently on the recommendation of Delaware's 2 Democratic senators. Apparently, they understood better whose side David Weiss was on.
I see. So Trump was just an idiot and just signed anything you put in front of him? But I'm sorry, he's a super leader who knows everything. He knows the legal stuff more than anybody.
And you see here the way in which Trump, I think, was careless.
What? How dare you, Denise? Don't make me call Diamond and Silk on you.
In the kind of people that he appointed, people who subsequently turned out to do him no good.
Yeah, don't you put judges in positions of power just to save your ass and do you political favors? You don't do it so they follow the law.
No one is asking David Weiss to be a Trump man, Trump's wingman, in the way that, say, Eric Holder said that he was Obama's wingman. We're just asking
Well, this guy isn't the head of the DOJ.
David Weiss to do his job. And
yeah, and his job is to not let minor tax investigations that are started for political reasons be carried out during an election cycle when they have nothing to do with the actual person running and just a family member.
And if it comes time to issue subpoenas, issue them.
Why don't you do them right before the election so we can make we could have a press conference, Four Seasons Total Landscaping still open.
Let the public make up its mind about
let them do that.
But what the significance of all
No one cares.
this is. You just do
Jesus Christ, he sounds like a Kids in the Hall character.
your job, but no one asked you to manipulate the schedule in order to wait for the election to be over, and then, because that is a direct subsidy. That is a direct donation, you might
Yeah, sure.
say.
Or it's protecting Trump from making it look like he was doing political manipulation, having one of his appointees in Biden's home state go after him.
To the Biden camp, and that's really what David Weiss was doing.
Yeah, so probably thanks, Denise. Make sure everybody. Did you put in your newsletter that you send out that every one of your followers should give this guy death threats and accuse him of being a deep state pedivore baby eater?
So the plot here really thickens because we are
Thanks,
rightfully outraged at the media suppressing the Hunter Biden story.
Oh yeah, I'm outraged.
Rightfully
Yeah, it was such a great story.
outraged at the digital platforms for censoring the New York Post and others who tried to report on.
Well, they didn't censor the New York Post. To censor the New York Post, they would have had to have found a way to take the story out of the New York Post.
The Hunter Biden story, but it turns out that the prosecutors too
Yeah, it's almost like everybody knew this was bullshit.
are in a way protecting not just Hunter. Notice the protection here is to Joe Biden.
Well, it's to the political process. It has nothing to do with Joe Biden. So why would it matter? How does Hunter's tax issues have anything to do with Joe Biden as an individual, especially when his son's had drug problems and that kind of stuff, and he's been very open about it?
They're going to be doing the investigation
They're going to be doing
of Hunter. They just don't want it to be to have any
politicized.
negative impacts on Joe making his way across the finish line. And let's remember that this has always been a scandal. The Hunter Biden business dealings are not Hunter operating on his own. They're Hunter Biden, and the laptop confirms this in spades.
What laptop?
Hunter Biden is working in collaboration with his father. His
Yeah, I'm still working on the whole how does the bag man get mad?
father is kind of the mafia don.
Yeah, who can't finish a sentence, right? He's got a spider's web of control over the entire world, runs it like Don Corleone, and yet somehow can't finish the sentence, right? Dementia. It's a form of dementia that makes you a criminal.
And Hunter Biden, the son, James Biden, and Frank Biden, the brothers, they're the bagmen
Shemp Biden.
of the operation.
If they're the bagmen, how can they bitch about where money goes?
So you see the level of protection that Democrats get.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, there was a good period of time where I think a lot of people assumed, oddly enough, that Trump was a Democrat. Maybe that's why he got all the protection from all of his criminal activities in New York. You think, Denise?
Obama had it. The Clintons had it.
What was the Obama crime? He was so scandal-free.
There's almost a sense in which these guys can get away with anything, and this
Yeah, it's almost like they're good at it.
is why they do these shenanigans, because they
that's why you do shenanigans.
know that. They know that somehow
Excuse me, this is shenanigans?
they will get out of the noose. They will stay one step ahead of the posse, the kind of rules that would floor.
There's a posse and a noose. Wait a minute, you can get hung for shenanigans? What kind of banana republic is this?
Or any Republican.
Yeah, it was the tan suit Ford's no there. Yeah, that's the big thing or whatever. They just let him get away with it. I don't know why he wasn't apparently chased by a posse and hung.
Are not applied when it comes to Democrats. And in this case, sadly, our side and Trump himself bears at least a little bit of the responsibility
A little?
for allowing these atrocities to continue.
Atrocities? Excuse me, atrocities? The word is shenanigans. And by the way, that's the end of that piece. That was it. That was the tail end of this. This is
New development in
It started again. It's just 4 minutes, 42 seconds long. Pitiful.